Hi, Dr. Mancini here, and I want to share with you a concept that I learned from one of my teachers, Dr. Les Femi, a Princeton researcher that really understood the principle of how to get into that alpha state. And in his story, he talked about how he went for like 12 days for a couple hours a day, trying to get into that alpha state, that place where we can start to bridge into the theta state, which is really how we get into the operating system. And for 12 days, I think it was, he just tried everything. He chanted, he did mantras, and he would do all this stuff that he heard worked. And what happened was, as he continued to try harder, he was actually pushing himself higher and higher into beta, which is a high stress response. And that's where most people are. They're trying to do something, trying to get calm, but they're getting anxious and stressed. Now, what he learned was that getting into that calm alpha and then ultimately a theta state, really focusing on alpha, what he realized is the harder he tried, the further away he went, the more energy and drive and all the things we think about as in trying to achieve a goal, he was actually going the opposite direction. He was going to a high beta. High beta is like, being in second gear on the highway. It's good if you're shifting gears, getting out of the way or getting onto the highway, but you do not want to hang out there because you will burn the clutch. So what he learned through experiences at that 12th or 13th day, he said, you know what, I just give up. And when he said that, he was actually hooked up still, watching his electrical activities, EEGs, and immediately when he said, I give up, what happened? Whoop, he went right into alpha state. So what's the lesson here? The lesson here is you can't get into that creative, calm state by pushing harder. It's really about diffusing the stress response. And then when you're in that state of calm, relaxed, what I call a parasympathetic state, then you can start to create and imagine and focus on this bright future or whatever goal you have. Now, the jump here is how do you go from this high beta where most people are into this calm alpha state? What I have found, and I've shared this in other videos, is the most powerful, direct way is to physically move your body, engage your body. Because when you move your body and you engage your body, if you just get up and go for a good power walk, what you're doing is you're overriding that sympathetic stress response, because you're actually literally getting into the front seat and you're manually overriding it. But you have to push your body. You have to engage your body. And the most powerful way is to push your body hard enough where at the end of that set or that run or that hike or that whatever caused your heart rate to increase, what naturally happens is you naturally want to rest. You naturally want to relax. You naturally want to start to kind of calm down. It's a natural state that goes from a sympathetic fight or flight response. When you push really hard, you ultimately go into a parasympathetic rest and restoring and digestion response. So you can override and manipulate the system by pushing your body hard physically. And then when you do that, know at the other end of it, you're going to utilize the natural response, which is a parasympathetic state, a calming state. And when you go into that calming state on the other side of your physical training, whatever it is, then you can start to relax and breathe and start to create this ideal version of you, this stronger version of you, this goal, this vision, because your body is in that state. See, listen, when you're in a state of anxiety, last thing you want to do is think about a possible positive future. You're thinking about survival. You're thinking about, how do I get from here to there fast? How do I get this job done? How do I protect myself? How do I manage the environment? When you're thinking about those things in your world, you're not thinking about a future potential. You're thinking about, how do I get the job done and do it now? So most importantly, take home is this: your state, your physical, emotional state will determine your psychology. How you feel will determine what you focus on, where your attention is. So don't try to focus on things when you're in a stress state. You got to shift your state, and then what will naturally happen is you'll start saying things like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if, or that would be a cool idea. So you think of those thoughts only when you're in that relaxed state. You're not thinking those thoughts when you're anxious. You're thinking about, how do I get out of stress in that moment? So with that said, move your body, physically engage your body, and then at the end of those, allow your body's natural process of relaxing and calming down. That's where you train yourself to start focusing on the things you want. Go from beta into alpha. That's the jump. You got to engage, relax the body, and then naturally move into that process. So try it for yourself. You'll be pleasantly amazed when you practice it this way instead of trying to force it like my teacher did, and he learned from pushing it that it doesn't work. So try it, share your success. Take care.